Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, Riverbend Spring Scratch Start Episode 33. It's November now, and it is raining, and we are out of space in our egg zone. So we will be trying to fix that and get some other. I think we're also out of space somewhere else, probably in the canola area, so we will have to also figure that out. But I'm going to get these eggs loaded and get the canola moved, and I'll be back to you in a moment. Right, egg sales are today, so we need to get, I think, to the restaurant. No, canning factory is a tiny bit better, so let's do that. Let's get these eggs into their location. Get that money in. The plan for today is to do our sales and maybe find a contractor too. So I'm going to push this timer up to 6x. Hopefully get rid of the rain sooner than later. Also going to lower that thing and back it up. There we go. Now things should be easier. Yeah, we're gonna get all these eggs loaded up and 50,000 worth of eggs. I think when the bread goes to sale in January, we're gonna be looking pretty good. Yeah, these eggs are worth almost 58,000, 57,000 something. And then, right, we should be ready for our own new tractor this year. Worst case is in June or July when we sell the canola. But if before then, I don't think we have anything else to buy right now, hopefully. Do still need a windrower, and we won't need a header because the sheep can eat grass. But we definitely need a windrower and a baler. I don't want to keep the grass loose. more trouble than it's worth. I was unhappy with it back in Frankenmuth for some reason, and I can't remember why. But this little forklift is actually really, really awesome. I think I want to put this down. Yeah, I don't need to stack them that high. There we go. That's all the eggs. And now we're off to... Where are we off to? I've already forgotten. Canning factory is where they're worth the most. The canning factory is all the way up by well, it's way up there for sure. It's up in the upper right corner of the map, out by where we were doing a lot of our contracts. Okay, and the next thing is just to verify. Okay, 10 o'clock. So it shouldn't be too bad. We've got a bit of a drive in the rain ahead of us. I'll see you at the canning factory. Alright, here we are. I hope this is the canning factory, because I just drove all the way out here without checking. Yep, okay, cool. Right, so it should be about 57,000. Oh, nice, and a 58 and a 3,000, 3,400 bonus. That was a good chunk. I'll just pull up for a minute and check. Nothing else in November. The flour, not the flour, the bread is going to be kind of the big one. Of course, the canola oil next month will give us at least 28,000. And, you know, I saw a mowing contract in the contracts list, and I don't think those are necessarily bad. I also, oh, we're back around to cotton harvesting. So we definitely want to jump on that bandwagon. And then sunflowers in 91. I think we want to do that one too. We're just gonna push forward out of the rain, and then we're gonna pick up all of those. I'm gonna pick up all of those high-end contracts. There's the rain gone. That was easy. 5x timer. Verify, yeah. No more rain today. Good. So we will borrow the items. 91. Yep. But cotton is really, really good. So we definitely want to pick up the cotton. Although this cotton is not going to be worth much. 72 is a tiny little bit. But it's good to see it coming along. But we'll borrow those. And then our equipment can be put to use mowing 35. Okay. We've got a little bit of work to do to prep these things. I gotta get over here and get this guy. I sent him home on a worker. But I think I want the weight, if I can remember where it is. Yeah, there it is. The hose is going to be in the way if I leave it inside, so I'm just going to drop it here. Grab that front weight. Hopefully it picks up from this side. Yay! I'm going to put that somewhere better. Oh, and we've knocked over plow again. Maybe if we're lucky, we can just push it right back up. Nope. Alright, I'll have to push that up with the telehandler when the time comes that I need it. Until now, it's fine back there. Gotta get this mower hooked up though, for sure. Hold it up though to get it out of here. This guy can be sent off to do the work on his own. Okay, I'm confused. I have a drop-off point that is my mill. Alright, well, that is what it is. We'll find out how well that works. We want field work 35. Do it. Okay, and this is 91. I can just drop this on here, even backwards, and it'll fix itself. Yep, cool. As I recall, harvesters don't drive on their own very well. So I'm going to have to grab this down, and I'll get this going on 91. Yep, if I can drive at all. Yep, let's let that bus go. Alright, see you on 91. Alright, here we are at 91. I'm going to set this guy up to get started, and I'm going to go back and get truck and trailer. Hopefully he does the right thing. him back, and we gotta, you know, we can actually get, oh, right. Probably actually want to get, well, we can actually, ah, right. Makes sense that he would try to go down this route. Alright, so anyway, we're gonna get, we're gonna send the worker down to 91. I'm gonna send this down on a worker as well to go home. That should work for that. Now that they're not gonna get in each other's way, that should work to get right here. And then, yeah, he's going. Alright. This I have to drive to 72. 72 is down the bottom corner down here. Yeah. Now, I don't know what the deal is with... Am I really meant to send... Yeah, I am. Is that gonna... Are they giving me all those sunflowers? How do you guys feel about that? Should I turn the production on? Should I, like, if it just loads the sunflowers into my mill and they're there and not taken, should I just run that oil and sell it? What would you do? Please do comment below. What would you do? We'll find out whether it's necessary in a bit when I start dumping sunflowers into that tiny mill, but yeah, that's pretty weird, huh? Alright, we're here at 72. Not found. It means field not found. Oh, this is 71. Huh. Alright. I thought that was all one field. Okay. A little more sense making going on here. See if he does it properly now. Yeah, okay, cool. He's on that. Get this guy emptied. And then we can get up and see what we can do with that mower. Maybe there's another mowing job, maybe there's... something else we can do. This is definitely going to be weird. Okay, he's definitely been emptied. Right, I don't know if we're even going to need that. I'm going to wait. Okay, and this guy has done the amazing thing of getting stuck again. Twice in a row. So, right, we do need to sell our wood today as well. Got a pretty good bankroll. We might do a little bit of equipment flipping. Because that'll help bolster our wallet. Not only do we need 300K for our new tractor, we need a decent amount for some other stuff too. The windrower and the baler. I haven't even looked into how much those will cost. But yeah, I'm gonna get on doing this lumber and I'll be done in a minute. Alright, we're about loaded up. Gonna not try to be all nifty and sit that on top. Right. Wood. Wood. We gotta check on... Okay, we definitely need another log in here. Oh, no. Maybe if I strapped him down, that would be good. Alright, we're gonna go get this sold. Before we do that, let's see if we can have our guy be doing something useful. We'll collect that one. And... mowing. Ooh, 4K. Accept contract 45, and it's right there, so that's cool. I'm not gonna send him over there because it's right there. Where's bruh? Nice. Thing is, maybe not making us money, but doing something. And this thing is not going to need us for quite a bit. This guy is not going to finish at all. We're not going to need that. And, right, so just on to selling our wood products. Alright, here we are. Nice 16 grand. That, and somebody said they were blocked by an object, but I think it's resolved itself. But I will go back around and check on everybody in just a moment. If I can get that mowing complete, I might be able to take a second cotton contract and maybe get field 71 there. Without going to dump the partial bale first. So I'm going to go check on that in a moment. I just got to drive this guy home across this big old bridge. It'd be cool if I could buy that property down there and rent those cabins out and have a income coming from that. I know there was at one point a rental mod where you could build houses and then rent them for passive income. but it's something they probably could have built into the game even. Alright. Go check on this stuff. Yeah, that guy's stuck because of this. Okay, I need to be ready to pick him up on the other end. Just to make sure he stays empty enough and doesn't get stuck in a bad position. Make sure we don't get stuck there. Alright, this guy. Right, so let's look at our contracts availables again. See if there's another... No. Do some contract refreshing. Okay. So apparently that's the only... Actually, let's see how many... cottons there are. Not many. 60. So hopefully we can get a contract on 60. Spam this refresh until something happens, right? I guess we're just not getting it. And these other guys are not, just not worth it. Sugar beets aren't terrible, but which one is it? Oh, 77 is huge. Okay, it looks like we're just taking it back, and if we actually do end up getting another cotton contract, we're going to have to borrow the equipment and drive it again. Alright, here we are. The moment of truth. And the mowing has gone. So we can take a look at that as well. Okay, and that, okay, we got 1,000. Not as good as last time. Let's complete this mowing and see what we've got available to us. Still the same old harvestings. 12, we can accept that contract and send that guy there. Still interested in getting more harvesting. There's corn out there to be harvested. There's another... Oh, we'll just complete that for now. There's no point in having that sit there. Okay. Right, this guy's got to go to 12 now, which is actually a decent ways away. We've got to go empty that other guy out, so let's just send him field work to there. Hopefully he'll get it. Okay, good. I let it go too long, but still managed to win. Not be forced to do a bunch of stupid turnarounds. And it looks to me like this guy's gonna finish before he builds up, because sunflowers aren't that populous. productive, I guess would be the proper word for it. Right. Well, I think we're doing pretty darn good this time, given our, given we've gone from something like 50,000 to 141. If we're lucky, this will be one trailer load and I won't have to go do it 6 times. I'm a little worried about emptying that trailer into here. This is not conducive to pulling up and emptying a trailer. Hopefully I don't have to rent something to deal with it. And I still, yeah, it could be pretty odd when it comes down to that. In the meantime, while we're waiting for those things to happen, come on, get me new contracts. New contracts that, oh, there is a new harvesting contract because there were only 3. But that's again, that's beets. But they're right there. That might be something that's not too terrible to do. Because they're right there. Like, and it's a lot of carting, but it's actually not as much carting as you might think. Money's good. Oh God. Okay, well, never mind. We can just abandon that one. Yep, just abandon that one. I didn't borrow the equipment is why we abandoned that one, by the way. If you were wondering. Look, there's soybeans ready to harvest, which would be awesome because I could come down and, yeah, there's all these harvests that aren't showing up. Okay. Okay, 60 has finally popped. We're gonna borrow those items. Hopefully we end up being able to do that soybeans as well. That would be nice. We gotta get up to 60 though. Alright, see you at field 60. Alright, this guy's getting set up to go. And he's off. Let's go see about our other guys. What are they doing? Alright, this is not bad. In fact, I think I can just pretty much finish this up myself in a minute. I want to go check on our productions. Remind myself. Okay, canola oil next month, bread the following. And just to verify, Yeah. Bread. Well, it says bread in December here, so we'll have to see. I may just sell the bread in December to ensure. And canola oil is almost perfect this month. It looks like it goes up a tiny bit next month. So hopefully that pans out. I'm taking this over. I think there's anything on that little dark spot, but I'm gonna hit it anyway. Okay, cool. Might as well finish this up myself, and then I can just drive it on over to our trailer, and then we can find out whether we have an ethical conundrum or not. The ethical conundrum being, if they give me all the sunflowers, do I then process them? I guess, you know, if they give me all the sunflowers and I don't get paid for them, then I'm going to process them into sunflower oil and get paid that way. If they pay me for all the sunflowers and then the sunflowers remain, I'm going to have to figure something out. I don't know what. I'm not sure how I would deal with that. Maybe there's something in power tools or something. I mean, I may be forced to just process it all into sunflower oil. Or maybe I can yank it out via the silo. I don't know if they're connected like that. I know that particular mill will process things out, process material out of your silo, but whether you can actually, you know, eject material from the grain mill through the silo, I don't know. What I do know is we are done with this contract, at least the harvesting part, and it's time for what they might say, or coming time towards what they might say is the moment of truth. I'm still worried about even just the dumping of this stuff, because that's a pretty weird setup. I'm surprised they chose my grain mill. Right. I think we will go around. Yeah. If we can get there on this trail. Yeah, I think we can. Drive down across the bridge. Yeah, there we go. I'm not going to do the windy. I'm going to do the... Oh. Go on. Okay, are you really... Right. I'll see you at my mill. Alright, here we are back at the farm. This is still a really weird thing. I've never had this happen where I've owned the spot that drop-off was meant to happen. Okay. So we can drop. Okay, it is finishing the contract properly. But maybe they should be paying me for the use of my mill. How do we swap? How do we... Oh, tip side. Yeah. Middle. Oh, I'm glad the tipping was not complicated. Tip side back. They did not pay me for them, so either I have a whole lot of sunflowers. Okay, awesome. It just stuck them in there and called it macaroni. Like, yeah, it's cool. I'm glad that worked out the way it did, because that completely removes any ethicality from the equation. But I'm just going to get those processing right away. Might as well, right? So then here's a little bit of curiosity to answer one of the other questions I just had. Can I pull the sunflowers right out? It looks like I could, but why not process them into oil? And actually, for the sunflower oil in that small amount, I am going to just set those to selling rather than storing. Yeah. That way I don't have to sort the sunflower pallets from the canola pallets. And it's a small amount anyway, and it won't create a full, like, it wouldn't create a full pallet anyway, and be all sitting there staring at me in the mill, mute embarrassment all around. Right. So we can then just go, not available, okay. We can complete that and collect our 10 grand. We can complete that and collect our whatever. And then that guy's off doing his thing, which means we have room for more contracts. Still don't want to do beats. So let's refresh. What do we got? There to there. The tiny little mowing. Go mow 34. Okay. No. I think we'll just wait. Alright. Not that. Not that. Not that. Is this worth it? Goes to there instead. And it's not worth it, because the leasing cost is too much, and I already turned in that other set. So now the question I have is, are we going to need the bale collector? And it looks like we are. So we'll drive this guy out there and get that. I like these long, I don't know what it's called, but the longer body, putting the trailer further back. Alright, 60 is actually just right down this road. It's actually pretty easy spot to get to. In any town I've lived in, that wouldn't be like a house thing. That would be a drive-up coffee, guaranteed. That little island there. Alright, it's just really just 60 is just right over this bridge. So I might as well drive you over there. Some nice views. This is a set of bridges. Wonder if they're named Jeff. Right. Yeah, we're gonna have at least one ejection. And then I have the mod that allows me to eject early, so hopefully it works on this time. Otherwise, we're kind of screwed. But there's nothing else we can do. Although it is 2 in the afternoon at this point. I mean, we could hoe 24. In fact, I'm going to borrow those items and do it on a worker and not even worry about it. Because I know I own a hoe and a tractor, but I might as well not drive all the way home to get my hoe and all the way back, etc., etc. And I can just send a helper out. Yeah, just send a helper out to do it. Yep, do it. Go on, you know you wanna. Alright, you figured it out. Good job. We're probably going to be selling that oil next month. Oh yeah, I have to get another log. Might as well get the oil loaded up while everybody's working. Probably could have placed these better. All right. Weird not to have 3 contracts on the go. Fresh contract. Anybody? Nope, ain't happening. All right. Do have another hoeing, but what I really need to do is, I guess, get this guy home. can use the cut through here. And get this guy home. Yeah, we can go throw this back in the back of the... Ooh. Back in the back. Right. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Okay. Does he tell it to auto drop? Or will it maybe drop the bale eventually? When it has another full one? Maybe I don't need that. Assuming we don't fill the main chamber again, which is highly likely that we won't. What are you doing, sir? Where are you going? Your tool is not down. Oh, he did the partial row and then had to go back and finish the row. I get it. I get it. I got it. Cool. Well, talk to you in a bit when something happens that we need to deal with. Really wish we could get some of these corn contracts. I mean, harvesting is easy. But apparently not. Alright, we don't need to bother ourselves with the truck. We can just drive this thing over. This harvest goes to the spinnery, which is right up there. Cool. If I can figure out where I'm at. And hopefully this thing will eject everything. I know I had trouble early on in FS25 before the round bale ejection mod happened, where I was kind of stuck. I couldn't complete some contracts because they were not enough. You know, the bale itself wasn't enough to complete the contract, and I was very disappointed, as you might imagine. Well, we'll get this up to the spinnery. Alright, here we are. The looks like we might not get what's in the pre-chamber. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to get what's in the pre-chamber, that 270. But we did get 3,300, so that's fine. But we will collect on that. And although it's kind of too late at this point, yeah. And we just gotta finish this up. Yeah, next month when we sell the canola and the following when we sell the bread, I think we're gonna be up into the realm of being able to buy our tractor. I think that's the canola, right? The canola oil is December, yeah. Although it's flat across, like we might as well just go sell it now, right? And then sell whatever's left in December, and we'll know. Yeah, why not? All right. So, who's our best? Who's our best guy? The restaurant. The restaurant. Okay. I think we're better off just ensuring that we're not getting a lower price. So it's off to the restaurant for us. Yeah, and our hunting job is almost done. The restaurant is right down here. Right down here. Yeah, right here, in fact. $28 grand, 1,700 environmental award. Nice, nice. Back home for us. Yeah, I was gonna buy some more. You know, I have that granular and I have the granular spreader. I'm gonna buy some more fertilizer and finish fertilizing our fields. I mean, we have until March to do this, and this month was good for money making on contracts and obviously sales of various kinds. But we do need to get we don't need to get our pH done, but we do need to get 6 and 81 6 and 81 fixed up for nitrogen. I do have the granular. I could just run that spreader over with the bags of granular that we have, because we don't have a planter that uses them. So that would actually be a fine way. Oh, it looks like our last one of these guys is done, so we'll collect on that. Nice. And we'll also send him home. Wait. Oh. This view doesn't show vehicles. Wait. Where did my tractor go? Oh, I already put the mower away. Oh, that was a borrowed equipment. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was a little weird. I'm so used to doing it with my own equipment, I just assumed. Right, so the final thing we can do is maybe run the dry fertilizer spreader over our last two fields. Get those properly amended. Alright, we've picked up the spreader and the fertilizer. Let's unfold the spreader. Get our steering assist on. Wowza. That's serious. Serious width, for sure. Wait, spreading? Looks like we're spreading. Yeah, we're spreading. And it's doing well too. Yeah, it's just so quick. So quick and easy. Although we're going to need another bag to go do that other field. Although we have the money now. We've done quite well this month. Although a lot of that was culmination of efforts all last year. Oh. Yeah. Just a little bit more to go. Oh, and it's getting dark too. I missed this little corner here. Alright, cool. So we're basically done with all that. We gotta get, we definitely gotta get the other field done. Hopefully I remember. Maybe if I leave this on here, I'll remember. But, yeah, good money. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you next time.